Okay. And we are live.
Yay! Pew pew.
It took me a little bit for the switch in there, but I got it. I got it. I did the thing.
Oh, I paused the stream for some reason.
When
I meant to mute.
Don't worry about it. The stream is still going.
Oh, where's the link? I did not get a link. I shall join.
How is everybody?
I'm good. You?
Since I haven't actually spoken to Andy or Josh properly before this.
Yeah.
I
wonder
I've
why.
been here for like half an hour.
Yeah, but like you came in and we're like, oh my god, we need to set up for the stream, and that was it.
That's not my fault.
And then Josh stood up and was like, ah!
Hey, look at Josh.
Yeah. Yeah. How's it? So you guys good stuff.
I am. Yes.
Okay.
I drank drinks.
I'm tired. I'm a little tired.
Welcome, viewers, to Spawn Point, episode 8. Thank you for joining us.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong? What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Wish. I got a new camera.
Woo!
Yeah.
I can't see it.
If you look at the stream, you will see that I am widescreen now.
Yeah.
Widescreen glory.
Opposed to extreme.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, as opposed to extreme close up. So
I missed the extreme close up, but yeah.
I do this for you.
No, I want the extreme close up back.
Yeah. Does anybody? I before we start the news, I have a game I've been playing that I want to talk about, which is kind of gaming news. So I was like, I could start there. But does anybody else have anything they've been playing that they want to talk about? I feel like this is something we could do.
Wait, do I? I do, but I've got part of the news thing, so we can talk about it later.
I did buy Rise of the Tomb Raider, as you know, but I haven't actually had a chance to start it yet.
Fair enough. Okay.
So.
Luke?
Same old stuff.
Smite! Oh my god, we've been playing. Thank you, Ben, for hosting us.
Yay.
Yeah, we've been playing so much freaking.
That win streak last night, though.
Yeah, that win streak followed by that lose streak this morning. Yeah, we've been playing a lot of Smite. Too much Smite.
I love
Never
those,
play too much Smite. You can never play too much Smite.
We played that just game and Cam was just like, I hate it, even though we were still winning.
We weren't winning. We were wrecking shop, and Cam was like, no.
Yeah, Cam messaged me about that. As the way you absolutely was that on you and Neith.
Oh no, that was a conquest game.
Oh, yeah, he messaged me about that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was something. That was something.
Thing which happened.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you play Smite at like 1 AM.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So how is everyone? Right, I was playing Tomb Raider.
I knew you were going to say Tomb Raider. Knew it.
Immediately brought into that.
I was playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is actually news because that's a brand new release for PC that just came out.
So I've already finished it because I got an Xbox.
I let the podcast down.
Andy watched it on Xbox. Josh has Rise of the Tomb Raider, but didn't play it.
Yeah,
because,
I watched it on Xbox because it's bloody pretty.
Because he's a little scrub. And
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Josh's scrub ship.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. It's such a pretty game, like Andy said. Like, it's such a freaking pretty game. I can't even with how pretty that game is. And it for me personally, it runs pretty well. But like, obviously, with every freaking PC port of any game, there's the whole like, does it run well? Does it not run well? Is it optimized? Is it not optimized? Thing.
I mean, if you play it on a potato, probably not. Probably doesn't run very well if it's on a potato.
Yeah.
So.
It's a case of it's basically a case of like how good your PC is, but sometimes there's games that aren't like optimized. I think Tomb Raider is really weird because for some PCs with the exact same hardware, it runs really well and it doesn't run really well for other people, so people are kind of confused. But for me personally,
it runs differently depending on like the software you use or whatever.
Yeah, it runs very differently depending on software.
Fair enough.
So Windows.
I know things about computers.
I think Windows 10 setups are a bit slower than other setups.
Because it's Windows 10.
because it's Windows 10. I'd love to say that wasn't true, but
unfortunately, it continues to be Windows 10. So. Yes.
Right, so that's me. So far the game's kind of like it's very reminiscent of the old Tomb Raider, but not so much as that I don't like. Not so much that as I feel like I'm playing DLC. It does feel like a different game. It's just like they like accepted.
They changed enough to make it different, but not a huge amount.
Yeah, but not like too much. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like.
If you liked the first Tomb Raider, you'll like this one essentially.
Yes, exactly.
And it's still really pretty. Did we say that before? It's really pretty.
Did we? Yeah. I feel like...
Just
I
so
mean,
it's super pretty.
If the first one was really good, then there's not that much to change. Obviously, you don't want a carbon copy,
yes.
so the story would be different. But for the most part,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't like the first one so much for the story. I liked it for the gameplay mechanics. But
So far
the story did not interest me.
There were a few elements of the game that I thought didn't work. Like, the people on the island are essentially useless. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All around, I thought it was.
I think you'll be happy with the fact that in this one they aren't like there's still like it's still a survival game, but you're not playing this. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. Survivor. You are playing the fact that you played the last Tomb Raider, and in the last Tomb Raider you learned how to survive. So she kind of like early on in the game, without spoiling anything, you kind of get dropped into this like snowy place. And you don't have anything, but it's not a case of you don't know what to do. It's just a case of build your stuff, build your bow and arrow. Because you're sick with a bow and arrow. Yeah, it's like that. I like it. I dig it.
Yeah.
Are the annoying companions still there though?
I'm gonna play more later.
Yeah.
There are no annoying companions yet.
Okay. And I will play it at some point.
Yeah.
Won't play it because I've already finished it.
Maybe
So.
for the next.
To be continued from Josh.
It's always to be continued with me.
What does that even mean, bro?
It means he's going to continue it. I feel like that's pretty easy.
Oh, we got a follower.
Yeah.
Thank you for following.
Woo.
I gotta lower that follower tune because it's gonna make everyone's ears bleed.
How else
Yeah.
getting followed?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even
How else do we know?
see. Yes, you followed. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was the scream.
Okay, so that's
Oh my god, the red!
so that's my game news so far. Anybody wanna?
We're chipping in with other game news now.
Yeah, that bring us to something else. Something.
You want to drop us a sick trailer for Attack on Titan, the game?
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it looks fucking cool as buggers.
Let's do this. Let's do this Attack on Titan jazz.
It's like they pretty much just went, so you know that anime that looks really cool, let's do that and just turn it into a game.
Which is really good because you know what?
Yeah.
Like, you know what they did when they made a live action film, right?
Oh god, no.
They
I
went,
see
you know that anime that looks really cool? Let's
No.
not do that at all.
Yeah, let's do the wrong thing.
And everyone proceeded to say, why would you not do that when you should have done that? So yeah, here the trailer's running. It's what? Do you know what consoles this is coming out on? Oh, we got another follower.
I am uncertain when it comes out on.
Today is the day of followers. Thank you for following.
It looks like PlayStation, so 3, 4, and Vita.
Oh, what? I don't have any of those.
I have a PlayStation, bro. PlayStation gets a lot of.
So do I.
PlayStation gets a lot of like Japanese titles
I've
because
got on PC.
Sony's so like big in Japan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Xbox does not sell well in Japan.
No.
Is what I know about this.
Ooh.
Xbox
Wait.
sells so poorly in Japan that Microsoft has kind of just given up on
Japan.
Japan as a thing.
Yeah.
When was it announced?
It's been announced for, and there's been Attack on Titan. It's been like in the works for ages, hasn't
It
it?
has.
This is like the first proper trailer we've actually seen.
Yeah, it's been in the works for a while. It looks really cool.
Okay.
Though. Like it's proper 3D. It's proper they've got like what seems to be the entirety of the walls like
Yeah, it looks
rendered, so it seems pretty open world. The hard part I think for them is going to be getting the 3D maneuver gear to feel good,
Yeah,
but at the same
everyone
time
will.
feel like 3D maneuver gear, which is meant to be difficult to use.
I imagine, yeah. It looks like they're following like the story of the main first season of the anime as well,
Yes.
from what I got from the trailer.
Yes.
I hope not. I've seen that.
Second season this year. Why? Wait, what would you rather them do? Because they can't do anything new without lying.
I'd rather they not focus so much on story and just more on like cool challenges and gameplay.
It's definitely from what
I mean, they've got to have a story at some.
Personally, I prefer they follow the story.
Yeah, so because that's the only logical way they can do it, really.
Well,
Otherwise,
I've seen good Japanese games just.
It gives you a
have the
good
story.
driving force.
yeah,
No, I think the games you're talking about, though, Luke, at least if they are what I'm thinking, are more like Dynasty Warriors and stuff, which is
No,
not what they're going for. With
yeah, but
this.
Dynasty Warriors is also based on a pre-existing story.
Yeah, it definitely does have a story.
What were you talking about, Luke?
I was talking about just certain anime crossover games where like they focus less on the story and just make the gameplay just really good.
Like
Because,
Yeah, that's
like
what-
One Piece Pirate Warriors.
what? That does have a story though.
Yeah, but it's not like the focus. It's just like, oh, here's a 1 minute clip, and then you're right back into the game.
I mean, I imagine that's what's going to be like here, or like with most games, But you still need something.
Yeah.
They can't just be like level 1, level 2, level 3.
I don't know.
No, I think it looks good like this. I'm happy with this.
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty happy with this.
It comes out in February for Japan.
Really out of
Everywhere else is just 2016.
Everywhere else is basically never, is what you.
I mean, it's gonna be
never.
never me because I won't have any of the PlayStation things, so I'm sad now. Kamal, get to it and live vicariously through you.
I'm gonna get it. I'll get it. I'll stream it maybe
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you don't have to play as Bleak Armin. Fucking Armin.
Armin's the bee's knees. What are you talking about?
Armin's the little bitch. Armin's the little bitch.
He is. He really is. Okay.
Armin sees the Titan and he just cries. Like, well, this is not helpful to the situation at all.
He went
so-
through all that training though to cry.
I mean, yeah, you don't be trained to cry. I could cry. I don't need training for it.
Look, he cries like a pro.
Oh, well.
What if he has no emotions?
Oh,
he's,
he has
he's
plenty of
definitely he's definitely got emotions. They're tears. No, whoops.
Okay, so
Wow.
next.
Is it you?
Ouch. Ouch.
What?
you... Hang on. It's alright.
No,
Sorry.
if that's what you're referring to, yes, probably.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was me.
Well done, Andy. Well done.
I forgot to change the thing highlight. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Right, what's up?
Nothing. Nothing happened.
Nothing else
What you
happened?
mean?
Are we done? Okay, thanks for
You're
watching,
right,
guys!
Yeah.
This has
No,
been the
thanks for
Small
listening.
Point Podcast, episode 8.
We made a whole 13 minutes.
But seriously,
Kind
though,
of been real.
I got another piece of news.
Oh.
Remember that Overwatch
I
bit?
hope so.
It was really awesome. That everyone loved.
Yeah, that I didn't get into because.
Well, you're in luck, Rob, because it's coming back again.
What, so I can not get into it even more?
Yeah, so you can not get into it another time.
Screw them! No, it's the Overwatch beta. Look,
They're doing. an
look,
Overwatch
Blizzard,
beta.
we have a whole 9 viewers right now. Where's my beta access?
Hi, 9 viewers.
Hello, 9 viewers. Where's my beta access, Blizzard? Frickin' Blizzard.
I want all 9 viewers to email Blizzard.
Josh, I did it.
Wait, 10 viewers! 10 viewers! Blizzard, what's up?
Yeah.
What's up? Okay, no, seriously.
Double
I
digits.
heard it's gonna be coming back as a new game mode as well.
Yeah, they're gonna have new game modes and some extra new stuff as well. And I think it starts in February.
Yeah.
So, like,
They said something like they don't have an exact date because they're just like ironing out the edges. I trust Blizz to like get that right. Overwatch looks so good. I just want it.
Yeah, everyone wants.
I
It's
just-
like gonna be Team Fortress 2, but like
I
new
just-
and cool.
I just want it, man.
Wait, so it's coming out on beta again, right?
Yeah,
It's closed beta again.
It's getting another closed beta.
The official release date is spring 2000 and
Yeah, it says quarter 1,
16.
quarter 2, which means that it wouldn't come out too much later after the second beta then.
I
It's
think
like- it could come out
Q2
before
goes all the way
quarter two.
up to July.
Yeah, Q1 and Q2, that takes spring and summer, so it's anywhere from like February to
Yeah.
late July, I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
They got time.
But yeah, but they got another beta though, so you can not get into it on what.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
I mean,
oh
I've
my
already
god.
submitted a thing, so.
Oh my god. Everyone's trying to kill me.
It's like, guys, look, I'm on a podcast thing. We get like solid double-digit views somehow. I'm just saying that means I get a key, right?
Hey, double-digit guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You have made it zeros.
It's because of Professional Bear. Professional Bear was our 10th viewer, maybe.
Did you know that
try.
Yeah.
I don't, Josh, what did I-
for only
Ah!
there's only you only have
We
9
got another
views in your
follower.
life. You only have.
I wish I could read them. I am very thankful for your follow.
Where your age is 1 digit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like you
I
never
feel
you
that's
can
just-
never
that's
go
just
back
count.
to being 1 digit.
Thank God.
Being dead count? Like you're just 1 year
No,
dead?
because you're not dead. You're not
1 year dead.
Yeah, because non-existent.
My-
1 year
I
dead.
I feel like you wouldn't really be bothered at that point.
No, I've been dead for a whole year. I'm bothered.
Get my family.
Yeah, but
What you want,
wouldn't.
Luke, is to regress.
Regress into death.
Regress into a fetus.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the life goal, right? Become a fetus.
I dig it. I dig it. Let's be
I don't dig it. I don't want to be a fetus. Your arms would be all short. You'll be able to reach things. That's the main issue I'm going to have.
How did we get to this? I don't even remember what we were talking about. Now we're on fetuses.
Josh
Lauren,
was
how-
talking about regressing.
I didn't bring.
Um,
Okay.
And
You
then we
did
said-
bring this up.
No, Josh said there's only 9
Yeah,
years.
Josh was like, by the way, guys,
Just
you're
backing away from
you're,
this.
you're only a
Like,
single digit
me.
age for
Just play
I
full
was-
loss-
I was-
falsified, no,
9 years.
I was going to say I didn't bring up the fetus, but I did bring up the fetus. Moving on.
Let's get some.
Anyone
Yeah.
else got any other news that they want to talk about? Or shall I just keep ploughing through news?
Plow!
Plow.
Plow onwards!
I will plough through news then. Undertale got a new patch, and it's revealing lots of secrets in the game. Like, if you go back into it, they've got extra bits in. I won't say what they are because that would be spoilers.
Yeah.
But if you go
Wait,
back
so
into
they-
it,
You know, Fez? Cam's been playing
Yeah.
Fez. Fez had a lot. Fez, like, after that game came out, it had a lot of it had this big cult following of people kind of going like, how does this game work? What is like, what's the story? Why is everything like this, right? And it's actually never like nobody's ever found a clear like 100% true answer for that. Till now,
perhaps.
Undertale is very similar. Like there's Undertale and there's the pacifist completion and then
I'm going for pacifist completion.
and then there's the genocide. Then there's the genocide, and then if you complete pacifist, there's an extra ending that you get for that's the perfect ending, right? But even
Yeah.
with that, there's still like a lot of questions that people have.
Yeah, and that
So-
the patch they've released is supposed to try and add some stuff in to address some of those questions.
Yeah, so this new patch adds a lot to answer those questions, and also like people have started like freaking data mining the game's files, going through stuff that hasn't been that isn't used or can't be encountered in the game, trying to figure things out, and yeah, it's crazy.
Because people be crazy.
Look, people love Undertale, man. People love
Undertale is
Undertale.
fucking incredible.
It is.
I had an
It's
entire minigame where I went on a date with a skeleton.
Yeah, that's the best part. I love that part.
It was so good, right?
You get a date from Pyrus. Date? What is a date?
It was
He's
so
so
good.
amazing. He's so amazing.
We were gonna drive his car bed into the sunset. It was gonna be amazing.
Yeah, he's
I love Undertale so much. It's a game, but it's not a game in so many ways. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Undertale is
So many things about it. It's just like, what is this even? Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I still love it.
Hopefully the guy keeps doing stuff. I
want
I
Undertale too.
worry that he'll feel like a lot of kind of like I worry that he won't move on from Undertale though because
It's been so well received.
how'd you do that, right?
Yeah, how
Like,
the hell what can you do after Undertale? What do you even do?
how'd you do
You
that when
slip
you're like
into mediocrity.
you're one dude and you make a game and everyone tells you it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to the universe and you're just
Yeah,
like
it's like the
what?
best indie game of the year, and it's like, what do I do now, guys?
How do I move on with my life? And
Just
then
make-
and then you look
make
like
stuff.
Luke and you just stare off into the sunset with like a sad look on your face, and it's like that's
Yeah,
it.
just
That's
stare
your
at
life.
It's rare for games to see like the developer, publisher, and artists list all to have the same name.
Yeah.
For a game that's this big.
Yeah,
It's pretty. It's pretty.
it's so
sick.
weird. It's like, hopefully it's not
It
like a
is.
one-off, and he can just keep doing
Yeah.
being
Hopefully.
awesome and stuff.
Fingers crossed.
Just make a Papyrus spin-off game. I'll be happy.
I don't know if
Oh my God, I
it's
want that now.
necessarily news, but apparently he said that he'd be interested in porting it to other platforms.
I'd buy it. If it came out on Xbox One, I'd buy it. I know it's totally unnecessary because it does not need to be on Xbox One, but I'd still buy it
Yeah.
Give it a go.
because it looks so good. I mean, Luke, I know you've got a potato for a computer, but you could absolutely play Undertale because it's like it requires absolutely no system requirements at all.
You're not
It's
wrong.
not.
You're not wrong. It's like if you think the
literally
game I'm
like-
playing right now has like pixel graphics, like Undertale will show you. Undertale will show you
Undertale.
you're wrong.
It's still so pretty though, even
It-
though it's like got 8-bit graphics. It's
I think you can feel the love the guy had.
yeah,
for
you
it.
can. It's like crafted with one man's hands
Yeah.
in code. I guess you can't touch code with your hands, but he made it. Come on.
If you dream, Andy.
Yeah.
If you dream really, really hard.
Maybe that's why he did so well. He's a code wizard. He just like reached in there and just like did it all right.
It's like this is like playing with Play-Doh. I can do this.
I could see the Matrix. It's like,
Okay.
and then that's how you make best game. Just reach out and touch the codes. There you go. I've start giving you the secrets.
Andy
That is the
revealing
next level.
truth. Andy revealing the truth.
Truth.
Right.
Any truths?
Okay. I wish I could. Let me pause. Let me pause and look at the news.
Yeah, it's okay.
What?
And that's so I can stop gushing about Undertale.
Yeah, because like seriously, Andy, just keep it in your pants. Okay.
I can't help it. Undertale gives me a game.
Okay.
I'm in love with Papyrus.
You know what? You know
You
what,
list.
what we should talk about.
What should we talk about?
We should talk about one of my favorite people and one of my favorite YouTube peoples and also one of the YouTube peoples I hate the most. Total Biscuit. I'm so
no.
conflicted about your existence, Total Biscuit, but I do like you. So Total Biscuit has cancer.
Yes.
This is not the news, but
No, that's not the new. I mean, unless you're very behind.
it is a fact of life. And he's had cancer before, and he's beaten it, but this time it's terminal, and as far as doctors are aware, there's not going to be a cure or anything close to one in the time he has left.
Yeah, I think you said the average age of survival is like it's 2.5 years.
Yes.
Or something like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Like he plans on beating that average age, of course.
Yeah.
We got another follow. Thanks for following.
Hey.
Cheers,
guys.
But yeah,
Yeah, we did it.
And it's, you know, as you can imagine, cancer is not a thing that weighs lightly on the mind. Like it's whoa. Okay, we got another follower. Thanks for following.
So many followers.
I'm trying to talk about a serious topic,
I mean, yeah,
guys.
they're
Reeling them in here.
all about the serious.
Oh yeah, because I forget that the sound clip plays too.
Yeah, they're not helping me. They're really not. I'm like cancer. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I hate you all.
Put on the sunglasses as well.
Oh god. So it's you know it's been difficult for the guy. He's been taking time off every once in a while, and you know he's still making his videos. It's still his job. He still has a family to take care of. But yeah, so recently he quit social media completely. Like he's disconnected his Facebook, his Twitter. He's handed them over to like a PR to just
Yeah,
like
his assistant or whatever, wasn't it?
yeah, to just like, you know, say we're going live, there's a stream, there's a new video, stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's very formal. He used to like he usually interacts with the fan base a lot on Twitter, but he also like gets into like Total Biscuit, you know, he's a strong opinionated guy. He gets into arguments a lot. And he just feels like it's been depressing him. And
Yeah.
it's not something he wants in his life now.
Yeah, don't want to have to focus on that with like so little time left, sort of thing.
Yeah. So yeah.
I
He-
I
moving
just
on.
thought, well, couldn't he just like walk away from it or something?
I mean,
Like
this is
I
walking
didn't
away from it,
understand why, but
From
it's
from
in his contract.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah, it's so weird. It's
He
like
can't.
he's obliged to have like all the social media accounts. He
Yeah.
can't just delete it.
He legally has to have a Twitter account, and he legally has to post on that Twitter account, and he legally has to have a Facebook account and stuff like that because he's sponsored and he has contracts, and that sucks, but it's how it is.
It's like a fact of it's like it's like a fact of life, I guess. If you work in that sort of area, you've got to have like promotion ability. So yeah, I think the best thing he could have done if he wanted to get rid of it was to hand it over to someone else, just because it means.
Well, he did. That's what he ended up doing.
Yeah, I know. That's the best thing he could have done under the circumstances.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like he's still like he won't get in any bother with like the contracts because he's still promoting, but he doesn't have to like deal with all of the fallout from if he does like video that people don't like and stuff.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's just tiring at that point, especially with all the stuff he's dealing with. You just don't want to have to.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get it.
It makes sense. I feel for the dude. I hope everything gets
I'm
better.
so glad I read that article before.
Yeah. It's like he recorded a SoundCloud. He released it. Like you can hear him. Like he.
I would not want to listen to that. That would be so hard to listen to.
I listened to it and it was yeah.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
I assume it would be on par with. Cause the other week you were listening to a Radiolab podcast. Sorry.
I was, yes.
About that dragon cancer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It would be on that level.
Yeah, remember we talked about that.
I was listening to that at work the other day, and like the urge to cry was real. I was like, I can't do this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm honest. But
Thanks, man. Yeah, we really worked on the sound.
Yeah, we met you.
Before the podcast. Let's hope it goes good. Good.
So Kamal.
But yeah. So my heart goes out to you, Beast Chibi. I really hope you get better. I really hope you beat this. If anyone's gonna beat this, we can beat this.
Yeah.
He's the like hardest headed man I know. he's got this in the bag. Yeah, that's that.
fair play to him as well, because record like for putting it up on SoundCloud, because like I can imagine recording something like that must have been pretty difficult for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it was a real struggle to get through it.
It's like just telling your fans that
I'm not going to be talking to you anymore. It's just like
I can't cope. I can't cope with everything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's entitled to not have to cope with it, but I imagine like a lot of fans feel that as a blur. It's like that's like essentially that's his goodbye.
Fans can get pretty entitled.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'd imagine that's why it'd be so tiring. So just, even if it's all like best wishes and stuff, like every time we put on a social media, it would just be like reminded of it all the time, and it's like I just want to have like one day, or I don't have to think about it. And if you just continually get messages about it, it'd just be like, oh.
Also, there's some sick, awful people out there who'll just
Probably.
to him.
Yep.
Imagine that must get pretty tiring.
But okay, so onwards, more news.
Onwards, yes.
More news.
Speaking
Is there something happier?
Let's talk about more goodbye things.
Oh no.
And it's not as bad this one, but it's like it is the lead writer for Mass Effect and Dragon Age Inquisition, who is David Gader, has left BioWare.
Oh, huh. So he wrote the Dragon Age games, all of them?
He wrote I think he was part of all of them, but he definitely wrote Dragon Age Inquisition and he wrote all of Mass Effect.
Has he left to a different company, or has he just gone standalone or retired?
I think he also had involvements in Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. I think he wrote the character HK9 or whatever the droid was.
Yeah.
Yeah, HK47. Yeah.
Ah, cool.
It's like one of the greatest.
Yeah, he left his job voluntarily apparently, so he didn't.
Well, that's good.
He didn't get canned or anything like that.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
Was it because of something?
I don't think so.
I'll just be moving on from Dragon Age. Dragon Age is getting fairly stale. So
Yeah.
And also being in charge of like two universes, Mass Effect and Dragon Age, must be pretty tiring.
Yeah.
It's like Andromeda's coming out soon. Did he have any hand in that before he left?
I wonder.
Yeah, it doesn't say whether he's left to go anywhere else, so I think it's just said that he's left in general, so...
Nah. He might announce something later. It's kind of like
Yeah, maybe.
that woman who used to what was she called? Damn it! This is great. I'm so good at news. I'm so good at news. We got another follower, by the way. Thank you for following.
Cheers.
I'm really good at news, guys. The woman who was like lead developer or head of development on all of the Assassin's Creed games up to like 3, and then anyway, she's a really big woman in the. We got another follower.
Yeah! We are breaking them in.
On a freaking follower train. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, she left in a pretty similar manner.
Oh
like,
no!
It was just quiet.
Drunk Dev!
Drunk Devs is calling. She hasn't shown up on the game once. Kamal, keep playing.
I've been lurking.
I saw you. No lies. I saw you. I killed you.
Wait, yeah.
Murder.
Sure.
I mean, you did write the game. I have no control over this.
Pulling shenanigans on you.
Wow.
But
So
yeah.
many shenanigans. But anyway, for
Does
this,
that mean you have to die to him?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you gotta die.
We got another follower.
Yeah!
And I have no control over this. Thank you for following, guys.
Kill shenanigans and all these damn followers. So many.
Yeah, this is true shenanigans.
You can't deal with this.
Playing this with a controller is a little bit painful.
Yeah.
I wish I could play with keyboard. Okay, more news, guys. What else have we got?
More news.
What else? Oh, you know what I want to talk about? That's
What do you want to talk about?
really good since Drunk Devs was here. Let's talk about some development stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
So in you know the guys who made Saint Row before they got sold, THQ, is it?
THQ, yeah.
Yes. Well, when they were working on Saint Row 3, they were also working on a mobile port for the game to the PSP, right?
Yeah,
And it got really close to finishing, but it was never released because of the financial issues that they had, and then they had to close down the company and sell off all the assets to pay off the debts, which sucks. But yeah, so they did have a game that was almost finished called Saint Rose Undercover, and that was for PSP, right?
Right.
Ouch, I'm dead. There you are, Drunk Devs, right in the middle of the screen.
Also, he says, yeah, controller needs to be fixed for sure.
But yeah, it got released. They released it. I think one of the developers involved in the project had the ISO for it, and if you have like a cracked PSP, you can download the game and play it for free. So you can play a piece of Saint Row history now for free that never came out. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's sweet. It's good that when they finish stuff, they just release it rather than because they could quite easily just binned it.
Yeah, and it's been so long, like since THQ closed. I think the assumption was that project was dead and was never going to see the light of day. And it's still technically like a beta at best, probably even worse. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And if I still had a PSP, it's been so long, I'd play it. But I don't have.
You could
a
always
PSP
get an
anymore.
emulator then, right?
That's true. You could emulate it.
Yeah, I guess it could end up as an emulator at some point. That would be pretty sweet.
I don't think we ever thought that far ahead.
Donate. Yeah, we're being asked about donations.
we don't take donations at this point. Maybe one day in the future.
Yeah.
There we go to funneling my drinking habit.
There's a tier 1 enemy on this screen. The shenanigans are real.
This is true.
And you wrote this game.
I don't know how it works. But yeah. Onwards.
But yeah, when you
Onwards.
release extra games, that's good. Yes.
Yes, more games is good games.
Okay, so I will move on, and we'll move to
Why can
more game released things. There's free Star Wars DLC for Battlefront. I believe it was Luke. Help! It was this is Hoth, right?
Wait, what?
Right, okay. Luke, I've got some good news for you.
Yeah.
There's some free DLC. for
Luke's
Star
like,
Wars
what? Free
Battlefront.
DLC for a game I play? I missed this.
I will tell you what it is.
Also, Hoth is in there, so I have no idea.
There are free maps. They are Hoth and Endor have been released.
Oh, so more maps for Hoth and Endor. Come on, when are we getting Dagobah?
Next, yeah, they're going to bring a new Hoth survival mission and a new map on Hoth that supports bigger game modes.
Right.
Okay, so
Yes.
Assault, hopefully.
And they're getting a support for a new turning point mode on the Battle of Jakku update. Cause that's a thing. Tell me, look.
The Battle of Jakku was the DLC that tied into the film release because Jakku's.
Yeah, so they're updating that as well. And then in March, they're going to release another map on Endor and a Tatooine map, which is for survival, apparently.
That's pretty
And
sweet.
then, yeah,
Is free DLC like a thing they're going for?
Well, no, because between apparently they've got an DLC campaign set up between March and January 2017.
Ah.
Yeah,
And they've got maps from Tatooine, Cloud City,
yes.
the Death Star, and lots of other places from all of the film franchise, apparently. So they got plenty of DLC lined up for you.
Yeah, like I think there's the 4 major packs, and then like they're gonna be doing some small stuff.
I feel like they need to do something anyway, because there's really not that much to the game.
Oh snap! Shots
Yeah,
fired!
I know,
Shots
right?
fired!
Yeah.
Luke, defend
I
your
mean,
game.
We've
Defend
been
it.
over this before anyway.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm not
It's
saying that it can't be
No, it
enjoyed.
can be enjoyed, but let's be
And it
honest, Luke,
looks
you're a
good,
big
but-
fan, so you're gonna enjoy it because it's Star Wars.
Fuck.
But to me,
I'm gonna be with Luke as long as it's enjoyable. Does it?
Yeah, I mean, if
matter?
you enjoy it, it doesn't matter. Like, some people won't like it. Personally, I didn't enjoy it that much because it was just the same thing. But
Well, to be fair,
if you enjoy it, you enjoy it.
Didn't you
Yeah,
only play the beta?
Pardon?
Yeah, but I got bored of the beta like straight away. So
Yeah, but the beta wasn't everything in the game.
The
no,
hardcore
but yeah, but
maps.
it didn't do enough to get me to buy the game. So
Oh, okay.
I think my issue was games like Battlefront and Titanfall and Evolve and all of these recent games that are online only. But like
there's not enough things to it.
but AAA is they don't have the depth to be an online only game.
I can see that.
Like
Yeah.
because
But
like
yeah, it's
the game I play that's online only is Smite. Like we talked about that before. And Smite's a MOBA, and like most MOBAs, they have such depth that like you can play those games for years
It's about the strats.
and still be learning. And I think it's the same for like games like Counter-Strike and games like Team Fortress and stuff. There's tactics, there's like nuances to the classes that you learn and all of that stuff. Oh my god, we got another subscriber, another follower.
I'm making hearts in chat and here.
Thank
Yeah,
you
when it
so
comes-
much,
when it
guys. I
com-
don't know what's happening.
Look, we've hit the big time. We're doing it.
Today's a good day to stream, apparently.
But yeah, when it
I haven't got
comes
so many
to
followers earlier.
games like Evolve and like Battlefront and stuff, like when you take out the story mode, it just takes a lot of like the structure out of the game. So it's just like you go on to play like online game, which is like, if you only like that sort of thing, that's fine. But if you prefer your like story in your game, it feels like it's missing a big chunk.
Well, you see,
At least me, because I would rather play like a game that doesn't have multiplayer and has a really good story rather than
Yeah.
one that's only multiplayer. But that's just me.
If they started off like this, like if they didn't have like Battlefront and Battlefront 2 before it, it may have done better.
Yeah.
Because essentially it's just a carbon copy of Battlefield.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot of single player elements of Battlefront 2 that I really enjoyed, and it's just
Yeah, I
it's
really liked it.
non-existent.
Yeah.
See, whereas Battlefront 2, I didn't so much enjoy the campaign because I felt they were just the same as they were kind of the same as like the online as the normal skirmishes.
We got
Like, the
another
thing I
follower, guys.
Yeah.
I actually don't
Tonight
know what's
is the night.
happening.
Rack and shop with the followers here. My God.
I actually don't understand, guys.
Just go with it. It's fine. Just go with it.
The two things I do miss the most is space battles and conquest from Battlefront 2.
I did not like the space battles on Battlefront 2.
Space battles were fun.
I didn't like them. I don't know why. I like Conquest.
Damn right.
It's just like all like the maneuvers and stuff you could make. I hated the fact that like you did everything you could to get out of the way of a missile and it just still killed you.
I loved
The homing
just
missiles, though, Josh. They home in on you.
sneaking into the enemy ship and just like
I
dismantling.
didn't feel like I was home, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sneaking on the ship was.
And then just like throwing bombs into their like engine room and saying, "Yep, well, your ship's broken now, so yeah."
I thought sneaky and sabotagey. I enjoyed that a lot.
Luke's goal in life to feel sneaky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sneaky. And to cheat.
Yeah. But then again, it might just be me because I'm like awful at FPSs. Maybe I don't see the depth. Maybe I just don't see the depth.
Yeah, I don't really. I'm not a fan of FPSs.
As someone who enjoys FPSs, I really enjoy Battlefront. My big thing is just not having anyone to play with.
Yeah.
Like, since it is an online-only game, like, it's better with friends.
You need the friend base to play it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But,
See, I'd be playing with you, Luke, if I enjoyed it. Beyond.
He doesn't, so he's not. So there you go.
Well, I can fix that, right? I can play.
Good luck.
Yeah, just make the game better, Luke. Do it.
Just wait till Chewie comes out of DLC. Be great.
Chewie DLC.
Ooh, interesting.
I'll do Chewie DLC.
Yeah, I'm down.
Right. Okay. Do we have more gaming news, or are we gonna switch sections?
We have more games.
Let's go. Gaming news.
Like, obligatory Smite news of the week.
Oh, is that Smite news? Have I missed Smite news?
No, come on, you know the Smite news. We talked about this.
Oh.
This is about Cloud9.
Oh, not the sex.
The sex has stepped down from Cloud9.
Okay, so if any of you don't know who the sex is,
First of all, what are you doing with your lives? Where were you last 2 weeks ago when Smite Worlds was on?
Smite Worlds was on in January, and there is a very popular team called Cloud9.
Yeah.
And one of Cloud9's players is the sex.
Jeff
the
sex Hindler.
No, just the sex.
No, if we were Jeff the Sex Hindler, he's his full name, come on.
Fans love him.
Yeah, but not anymore because he's left. So
he's a fan favorite, and he's leading the team.
YouTube video saying about like why he left. And he said they've got a new person in for Cloud9 who was what they would call a shot caller, and like that's like someone who would make the decision like in the critical times. And he said he did a whole thing about saying he wasn't that sort of person. He didn't play like that. And the fact that they now had someone like that would make the team better and it would help the team gel more. So he said he was happy to step down for that. So
yeah.
I guess next Smite tournament he's just going to turn up with another team and just wreck shop.
It was fairly positive.
He didn't seem at all annoyed about it or sad. So I guess he's just going to make his own team. Team Sex.
Team the Sex.
Team of the Sex.
So being the shot caller in a team, you'd have to have the most insane map awareness in.
Yep.
Yeah, you'd have to have good map
any given time.
Shot caller's like captain. Yeah.
Yeah, shot caller is the captain.
Their job is to be aware of everything.
Yeah, then you know exactly what's going on.
And then also concentrate on what they're doing.
Yeah, so you need
Seems like a tall order.
You need your team. You need your team to help.
He'd be like that MVP. Yeah, Kamal is our shot caller.
It's just kind of something that happened.
Yeah, and we were all okay with it. Typically, most games of Smite, I typically just ask Kamal, where do you need me to be?
But like at that level, the requirement is that your team also like wards a lot, so that every time anything happens on the map, you're pinged, like you're aware of it anyway, in case because you are one person, your awareness can't be everywhere, you know.
Yeah,
so
like
magic.
You
It kind of lets you balance that out. But yeah, so Cloud. That's the thing. There's a thing was esports right now, and like it is a case of like we're gonna throw you out if we think we can do better. And there's no. It's
like any sort of sports team. They'll
I guess, but
replacement if they think you're not good at it.
But you know, it's just kind of with esports. There's no characters don't exist as much as like regular sports. You know, like you don't have personalities as much. So it's kind of just a case of like there's this better dude, you'll be replaced, and I don't think people getting into it acknowledge that side of it as much as probably they should. So like you hear about this quite a lot where a player's just like removed from a team because there's a better player, and I guess that it makes sense. I mean, you want to win, you know, but like it must suck at the same time for that player.
Yeah. Well, like, he'll probably get drafted by another team because esports is a big rising thing, so there'll be like more teams and more brackets. So.
And it also was I think a good thing though is that you didn't get dropped because he was rubbish. You got dropped because he just didn't want to be in the team anymore.
Yeah, he said this other guy was a better fit. So. It made more sense that way, right? So he wanted to help the team. So,
Yeah, he did seem like he was being positive about it.
yeah, he was super chill about it. So I guess he was fine.
Damn it, these things take a lot of hits. Anyway.
That's
I was scrolling through Reddit the other day and I found a link to a website
Oh yeah.
where it demos water in WebGL.
Yeah, I saw this.
And it,
I don't know how you got to this because I found out later that this is like from 2011. Yes.
but it's cool though.
It is pretty cool. I'm gonna show it anyway, but
while you show it, I am.
Never need to wear
asks
pants.
was the best thing about the stream. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. Front Delta's got us covered there. You don't need to wear pants.
I'm straight. I'm gonna show this anyway, even though it is ancient, Josh.
Look,
But you
I'm
can
sorry.
show it when you're not wearing pants.
That's true. I can't do that.
That was also if you stream it.
We got another follower.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it stop, but I don't know why it's happening. Oh my god.
So
We
good.
got another follower.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear the sunglasses again.
I don't know what's happening, guys. I don't know what's happening.
Which is super good.
Right. Okay. So this is it's a demo of like the effect of like water effects in virtual reality, but like it's got ray tracing, which means like it traces how light would actually reflect in an area and stuff like that to create these effects.
You can change that.
We got another. Thank you for following.
We got another.
You guys are just the greatest.
I don't know what's happening. I'm so suspicious of the universe right now.
We'll get more followers. Your go-to emotion
Look.
is suspicion.
Look,
Something must be happening.
this doesn't happen. This isn't a thing.
Oh, wait, this is totally a thing. You should.
Okay.
No, make
2
the,
hours and they got
make the
done.
water splash again, Kamal. I want to see it. I
No,
want to see it splash more.
I showed it already. It's old news.
No, I
We're
wanna
not
see
gonna
more.
focus on it.
No, I want more.
Boop boop boop.
Somebody's asking about Facebook.
I'm sorry
No,
about my old
I think
news.
that's like we don't have the bot command set up.
It's
for
okay, Josh.
that. Right. So onwards.
I just said it's cool.
Onwards to more news. What is the next news? Okay, I
mean, we're getting to like that 15-minute mark. Do we have a lot of non-game news? Should we move on?
yeah, we can move on if you want. Yeah, we got a fair bit of non-game news. Let's move on to not game news. I'll make an executive decision and we'll move on.
Okay. And Andy has
Thank you,
made the decision to move on to not game news. Let's
So-
talk about Gilmore Girls.
I saw that you put this on like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I did. I saw it. It's look.
Wait, first
I am a male
Road.
human being, but I
Lovely.
enjoyed Gilmore Girls. Okay,
So
also,
cool.
I like dogs.
so like
All you
Just-
need to
like-
do is just call my name.
I have legitimately never seen the Gilmore Girls.
you haven't.
So
Dream.
I know what the Gilmore Girls is, but I've never seen it.
It's weird.
You know who does? You know who's super into the Gilmore Girls?
I will follow.
Who?
Anne's dad is in the Gilmore Girls.
Really?
I'm with
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
with
he's
Anne's
got
dad.
the full-
Yeah, Anne's dad. Reppin'.
He's got the full set.
I will follow.
Netflix is bringing it back though.
But,
Like,
yeah,
look, if
okay.
if Netflix brings something back, like I'm not gonna complain, you know.
No.
Like,
I mean, everything Netflix brings back works, so I guess it's gonna be
Exactly.
awesome.
Maybe we'll have an ending where we see
Exactly.
Lorelai happy, right?
exactly.
I'm just
Please, we need this. We need this to happen.
Look, I don't know how Gilmore Girls ended. I just saw it on odd times, like when I'd come back from school or whatever. Like it'd just be on TV reruns,
What
you
do
know.
you do with your school? Like, you come home from school and watch Gilmore Girls.
No, it'd just be.
What is wrong with that?
You leave my Gilmore Girls alone.
Alright, that's sure that's the thing
When I
you
broke
do.
my sternum, I watched Gilmore Girls for like 12 hours because it was reruns in
See,
E4
I
the whole
didn't,
time.
I didn't know it had an ending. I didn't know
I
what
feel
that
like that was
ending
because you
was.
broke your sternum, not because the Gilmore Girls was on.
Look, I learned to appreciate the Gilmore
You
Girls.
didn't have a choice. You couldn't move.
Okay.
I-
Anyway, it's coming back, and the same actors are set to return.
Yeah.
As
Sweet.
I mean, they're gonna be old now. No offense.
Yeah,
They're
check-
gonna be old.
Ben likes the Gilmore Grills.
Yes, Ben. Yes. Join the club.
Oh, Lorelei doesn't look too bad though.
Oh wow. Okay, let's not judge
right.
people for their looks in the middle of the street.
Let's do this.
No, I'm not rating the Gilmore Girls 1 to 10. Let's not do this. I don't want this.
So I found
only two
out
of
about
them,
this like 2 minutes ago, but it was announced yesterday, I think. It was rumored for a while. Like I heard about the rumor, but it was a confirmation. So it is happening, whether Andy likes it or not.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I've just never seen the Gilmore Girls. Look, because you'd recommended it come out, I'll watch it when it comes out. I will.
Oh,
Yeah.
Luke got old.
Yes.
Oh my God, Luke, stop judging the Gilmore Girls. You leave them alone.
I'm judging Scott Patterson.
Okay.
Got so old, man, so quickly.
Okay. I don't know how to refer to that. So instead, I'm gonna just say that there were 3 new teasers for Game of Thrones season 6.
I like that Andy always adds the Game of Thrones news.
I did not add that news.
Oh, you didn't?
That was me.
Oh,
That was not me, because
was-
as we've established, I'm going to bring up every time I'm done with Game of Thrones on TV.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say because I know what's coming. I know what's coming. Andy's a book snob, and he's gonna hate
Yeah,
it.
I'm a book hipster. I read the book more than... Every time we bring it up, I always feel obliged to bring it up and say I read the books before the TV show came out.
Yeah. Wow.
But I'm going to say it again. I read the books before the TV show started, and they ruined us.
Get you.
You're just mad because you haven't finished Class of Kings yet, you'd screw up.
Because I wasn't enjoying it. Put a book
Well,
down because
you're
I
doing
wasn't enjoying it.
If you're not enjoying it, you're booting wrong.
I'm not booking wrong.
You are definitely booting
Just
wrong.
got so
Look,
boring.
when the book
I mean,
snob
you're not
tells you
book-
you're booking wrong, you're booking wrong.
I mean, he's reading a book I recommended him right now, so he's kind of not booking wrong. So,
Gotta make up your mind, Andy.
like,
Does
let's
anyone
get it.
else here watch Game of Thrones? Because I know Andy's given up, but like, does anyone still watch
I
it?
mean, at this point, I'm invested.
So
just
you're gonna keep
check it
going.
out. Yes.
Are you fully caught up?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Look,
have you seen the teasers? Tell us about them. Tell us if they're interesting.
Yeah.
see you, drunk devs. Thanks
Bye,
for stopping by.
Drunkers, we love you.
Thanks
Take it
for
easy.
stopping by.
Love.
Thanks for witnessing whatever the hell is happening with the followers.
There's not really much in the trailers at all. They're only like 20 seconds each or something.
Yeah.
It essentially it's kind of like the what's the Netflix?
I'm on the
Daredevil.
email for I'm on the email for the Twitter. I've got 14 new emails and we've got the new followers.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry. Continue, Chad.
Right. Moving on.
It's kind of like Daredevil in the sense that there's not really much. So the Stark one, for example, it's kind of snowing and stuff, and it has like sound clips playing over the top, and they have a banner of each house.
I like
the
this new
three-
trend for teasers. I like it.
The 3 trailers that were released are Stark, Targaryen, and Lannister,
Right.
and they have like sound clips playing over the top. So there's nothing really that's being given away. I think it's more a reminder that it's there.
Yeah. Very similar
Yeah.
to the Netflix trailers.
Based
Yeah.
on what they made on the
Wow, that was uncalled
what the
for,
people say in the trailers, I kinda know what they're referring to,
Right.
but I won't say because that would be spoiled.
Yes, something which we avoid.
Which I will not do because I'm not a dick. So,
No.
but I mean, they said they're going in a different direction to those books now because they're dumb, so it could be different.
Yeah.
Not that I'm salty about that at all.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to compensate for because the books are still there's still a book to come out and it's delayed.
That's too long. Yeah, too good.
So they have to go to somewhere.
We
Is that
got another follower, guys. Thank you for
Yeah.
following. Thank you for making this day the greatest day.
This is our pinnacle. We
This
can't
is
top
sub
it.
day. Cam got so many subs. We got. Oh my god. That's another sub. There's a word. I don't know what it is. for
Avalanche
this.
of subscribers. Avalanche. That's not the word.
There you go.
Paris, Paul, and Sam Wasili, thanks for following again.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Andy, for being able to read the names, because I can't. We need to make sure these names get read.
Hell yeah.
Right. Just in case anyone is watching that doesn't know what's up, this game is made by Drunk Devs, and you get to play the enemies that I get to either murder or get murdered by. So enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't get to play. It takes your name if you're in the Twitch chat, and it applies it to a monster.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you still get to kill him.
Yeah, you get to kill me in essence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just as good.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, that's what we all dream of.
Okay.
I mean, what?
Exactly.
Becoming
SB.
SBC, yeah, we're becoming summerholics. Yeah, that's
I
right.
mean, I have an addiction to this, and I don't know what's gonna happen next podcast when this goes away. I might cry.
Just be really, really depressed.
But yeah, okay.
Stephen Moffat
Right.
has finally stepped down as the lead writer of Doctor Who. I don't know what to make of that.
Some about this guy and how long he's been writing for Doctor Who and stuff for people that don't know, like me.
Stephen Moffat came in around the Matt Smith era, and he's been in charge since then. And I think he worked on early episodes in the first season. He did the what's the episode? The one of the kid in the gas mask, and like he kept asking.
Yeah.
He wrote that episode, which was one of the best ones from season 1.
Yeah, it was.
And
I'm pretty sure he collaborated a bit with Russell T Davies.
yeah, well, Russell T Davies was head at the time, and I think
Yes.
he recommended that.
So did he not? So he started off like writing individual episodes, then he just went to executive producer sort of thing. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
So most of the story arcs from when he started have all been most of Matt Smith's and so on have been
Peter Capaldi's.
his construction.
Right.
So he's the guy who finally told us what the Time War was.
Yes.
Because the Time War was their explanation for the large gap between.
Don't you feel like this guy though? Like, personally, I feel like since he's been, because now that you've given me kind of like a time frame, I feel like he's taken like all of kind of the magic and secrecy and mystery in the Doctor Who universe and be like, I'm gonna make that me. I'm gonna make that mine.
One of the biggest complaints about him is
Do some accent.
the
Do
fifth.
some accents. I already have an accent. This is my accent.
Do a different accent.
One of the biggest complaints about him is that during the 50th anniversary, which was meant to celebrate like all of Who, he kind of made it more about
The ones
his.
he wrote. Yeah, I think I heard that somewhere. I don't remember why.
That was me. That was me.
Oh yeah, it was probably it was probably you. That's right.
I was super annoyed by that because I was like, I enjoyed the 50th special, but at the same time, I was like, what about everyone else that came before you and all their hard work that went into this series?
Yeah,
I understand
Luke has a bit of animosity towards Stephen Moffat.
Yeah, I appreciate what he's done, especially with Sherlock, but it's just with the 50th, it kind of felt a bit selfish. And as well, he kind of cheaped out because he was like, the Doctor's gonna die. Oh wait, no, he didn't die.
What is death?
He can't die.
Which is good for the series to continue, but at the same time, he kind of wrote himself into a hole.
What is game night?
True, but I mean,
I,
they for the longest time, because they didn't think that the show would go anywhere, they just said that he would only have 12 incarnations. So they had to like kind of work it out, like work their way around that.
Yeah.
I
And
can
12 for the longest time must have felt like so much, you know?
Yeah. Or if you go back to the 60s, of course.
yeah, I mean, because it fell off for a while, didn't it? And then it came back with Eggleston.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess they probably thought 12 was pretty good.
High score, guys.
Into a
230. Woo! Rep in. Okay, moving on.
But one of my favorite things from this now Peter Capaldi era is that he doesn't know how many regenerations he's got now. He thinks he can maybe do it indefinitely. And like, there's this one scene where he's walking away, like from a person holding a gun at him, and he's like, "If you just shoot me, I'm just gonna keep regenerating forever."
I love that. can't die. What is death? It's like he was just taught wrong. Like in Doctor Who health class, they were like, you have infinite regenerations.
Possibly.
Yeah. He's just played too many games. This is how it works, right?
Yeah.
But, yes, it's a big blow for him to have left.
Maybe it's good.
It
Maybe
is.
it's good for fresh blood, as long as they get someone good, right?
Yeah.
As long as they move on to like someone good.
The only reason I knew about him in the first place was because of Sherlock.
Oh yeah.
So I was writing off my experience watching Sherlock.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew what I was getting into.
He did some good work with Sherlock. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of stepping down. We'll probably have to do focus.
Supercam is hosting us. Thanks for hosting us, Supercam.
Hey.
Or Cam.
Nice game.
Just regular Cam. No, Supercam. He's super when he's in this space.
Cam's always super. How dare you?
Okay, he's super all the time. I'm sorry.
There it is. There we go.
We got another follower.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Love
He's
that.
going to be replaced by Chris Chibnall.
Love you all.
I don't know who that is.
Not a name I have.
Harry Rules 2001.
No.
Thanks for following. I'm just shouting out.
Right, Andy? Okay,
See?
Cam.
I
I'm
got
sorry.
I got your back, Cam. I
I'm
got you.
sorry. You're always super. but
So he was the head writer and producer or co-producer for Torchwood, and I think he has also had various interactions.
Guys.
with
Did you know that Torchwood's an anagram of Doctor Who?
yeah.
Yes, yes, I did.
Andy knows
The
stuff.
second episode
I-
from season 2.
I could contribute to this conversation about Doctor Who.
It's kind of
Well
nice
done.
staying in the family at least, like somebody who's
Yeah.
done it before.
Yeah, well,
Imagine
he
it could
apparently
be
he worked
fun.
closely with Russell T Davies. So
Sure.
don't show me.
Okay,
I'm
more
dying.
more news. Enough Doctor Who. Moving on.
Let's move on.
Let's
Shall
talk.
we talk about the Laser team in the review?
I love that this is in the completely wrong section, but
I mean, screw it. Let's stick this.
I think I put it there, so like I can't really complain.
Yeah, you put it there. So.
Okay. Yeah, this game is pretty sweet. My high score was pretty sweet too, and that was awful. Yeah. Okay. So I saw Laser Team last night, so that I could talk about it. I will still do that.
Oh god.
This is what I do, guys. I make promises and then I break my promises.
Literally, that was literally like the thing. It was supposed to be like 2 hours after I said we should watch it.
You know, I actually like. I mean, this is difficult to believe, but I actually did forget until this morning.
Really?
I got up this morning. I was like, oh crap.
You're drunk now.
Oh crap! I'm the worst human being.
I think he said as well last night. It's like I think he said, I'll watch it and then I can talk about it on the podcast. And
Yeah.
now here you are being punished for watching.
Okay.
Biter, why are you giving us FIFA advice? I think get both team of the year now. Yeah, that is FIFA advice. I know this.
Okay, next
Play
time.
football.
Right. Okay. So I watched it. I will give. There have been a couple reviews out. Let's just generally, critically, Laser Team is pretty poorly received. I think it's got a Rotten Tomato of like 48%. And most critics are basically saying, you know, it's a comedy and a poor comedy at that, and you know, it's not great. Like,
Yeah, it was essentially like an overextended skit.
but fans are loving it. Like, it's got a 90% fan score on Rotten Tomato. And I think that describes how I felt about the movie pretty clearly.
You enjoyed it.
As a fan, the fan me, the me that knows Rooster Teeth and watches the podcast and used to watch their Let's Plays, loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was so many inside jokes. But the part of me that was just like looking for a genuinely good movie was kind of disappointed. It wasn't a bad film. It was just very average. Just very, very average.
Yeah. I feel like that was the whole point of it, was as like a tribute to the fans sort of thing. So
Yeah, it was crowdfunded. It was made for fans. It was by a company that loves their fans. Like, I don't think you can expect much more.
No.
So, and it's their first film. And to have a very average film as your first film is not bad.
yeah, I mean,
Let's be
usually when
honest.
you get your first film, it could have tanked.
It could have tanked. It could like, pacing could have been a problem. Just writing scripts for films is very different to anything they've ever done before. Like,
Yeah.
So the fact that they
They
made
got
it,
a solid mediocre film out there.
yeah,
so
they
it's
made
like,
it
yeah.
feel like a film though. Like, it felt like a professional film, which
Yeah.
is not bad.
A lot of people. I heard a lot of people saying it might become one of those cult films.
I don't
Yeah.
see it.
Cult more in the sense, like, they had a lot of Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Rooster Teeth people love it, but they love it right now. Like,
Yeah,
when
a cult film is something that becomes like
Yeah.
popular afterwards. It's already popular with a certain big group, so it's more a fan film rather than a cult film.
yeah, I think that's how I define it. But
Yeah.
I definitely think you guys should watch it. And I think
I mean,
I
we
think
have plans
anybody,
to, right?
yeah, and I
I wanted to.
and I think anybody that likes Rooster Teeth stuff should watch it. And
Yeah.
if you're just looking for something to sit down and watch, and like you're not really fussed, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But like,
Yeah, if you just want like a dumb like
yeah.
sci-fi actiony film, make sure.
But if you're looking for a really good movie, it's not that.
If you're looking for a really good movie, you should watch Birdman, because Birdman was really good.
I did no. Okay, I
What
mean,
was
okay,
that?
Do you not like Birdman?
let's just agree to disagree there.
Like Birdman? Come on, what's wrong with you? It's so good.
Cam, back me up. Cam, back me up about Birdman.
Immediately calling for help.
Have either of you guys seen Birdman?
Yeah,
No, I haven't.
Did you like it, Luke?
it was alright. It was nothing special.
Well, that's three opinions. Didn't like it was solid. It was movie, yes.
Just
I didn't dislike
I'm
it.
gonna,
I
I
just
could
didn't.
ask the chat if they like.
Yeah, ask
Chat,
chat.
did you like Birdman?
Maybe you'll get a
Is
response.
Birdman a good film?
Look,
Am I just crazy?
I don't think it was a bad film. I just
I
don't.
really liked. I
I don't
liked
think it
Birdman.
was amazing. I thought there were better films that year as well.
It's one of the few films that when I got it because it did really well at the Oscars and stuff. And every time I get a film like that, I always don't like it.
Yeah.
But
You're-
this time I did.
See, that's basically what it was for me. It was an Oscar film, and I could feel it, like, while watching it. Like, I could feel that they were trying to win an Oscar, and they were trying to make it... But it wasn't a film that I was genuinely interested
No,
in.
it worked for me, I guess.
Yeah, I can
got,
see
like,
that.
I got like the King's Speech because it did good. This and I was like, this is okay. This is reasonable.
Yeah. Fair
But
enough.
like this one, no, I really like this one.
Fair enough. It's all
Why
good.
we talk about Birdman?
You brought it up.
Oh yeah, because you said did you want to watch a good film? And I said Birdman.
That's
Okay, Kamal, if people want to watch a really good film,
That's
what would you
another
tell
follower.
them they had to watch? What would you tell them?
if what, like, go watch The Martian. Martian's great and funny and
I haven't
smart
seen
and
Martian, so
beautiful.
I couldn't.
Go watch that.
Yeah, I really
Or
want to.
or watch Star Wars.
Yeah, you could watch Star Wars. Star Wars is really good. Yeah.
What about The Revenant? Isn't that doing well?
I heard good things.
Yeah, but
Did,
maybe it might fight
didn't
the
Ben
popular
see it and
Oscars
say it was okay?
I was thoroughly disappointed.
Oh, was that you or Ben? I don't know.
No,
Someone.
Oh,
no.
no, Cam. No, Cam. Cam said everyone should watch Lucy.
Yeah, because Cam loves Lucy.
Fucking
You only
Lucy.
use 20% of your brain.
Well, 10%, Luke, please.
No, if you're gonna quote someone,
It's all those movies. All of those movies use that stupid.
Yeah, it's always 10. It's always 10.
Always 10. It's
Never
always
all.
10.
It's always 10.
Always 10.
It's always 10.
That's the thing that everyone quick gets wrong, that you only use 10% of your brain.
Yeah.
Luke only used 10% of his brain then.
It's like a
Yeah, he does, yeah.
it's like a misquotation of the fact that like only 10% of grey matter is like active at one time.
Yeah, so
Which is like a
people just go,
completely
that means
different
you only
thing.
use 10% of your brain, right?
Because if 100% of your brain was active at one time, you basically seizing. That's what a seizure is.
I think the worst bit about Lucy, the bit that really annoyed me, is when she turns into that bloody disc with all the stuff on it. It's like everything's on there. Really?
Yeah, I was so done when she turned into this massive like alien supercomputer or something and pops out a USB. And I was like, what are you crazy?
It's got everything on it.
You can't just make an infinitely big USB. That's a standard. That's a standard that has an upper limit to what type of data it can hold. Nothing will read that USB, you
I would
crazy
just like-
woman.
I would just like to throw out that Ben has said in the chat, The Revenant was good, but it was too long compared to what it wanted to tell story-wise.
See, I feel like that's going to be the exact same problem that the Hateful Eight's going to have. I feel like Hateful Eight's going to be like a solid film that's too long.
Yeah, it's
do
like
you know how long it is, Luke?
It's like 3 and a bit hours, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 and a bit hours. That's way too much.
Yeah, most of if you've got a 3 and a bit hour long movie, it's got to be a fucking amazing movie.
Yeah, exactly right. It raises the bar too much, I feel like.
Yeah.
And Quentin Tarantino we trust.
Since we're talking about lots of movies, shall we talk about the IMDb charts that you've linked?
Me?
Well, whoever's linked. I wasn't talking to you. I was on whoever linked it.
Oh, okay.
I found it like a week ago. I was just thought it was interesting how people's views and different people, like how they rate things.
Yeah.
So largely it was, I think, like most of the top 10 remained mostly the same.
The top 10 are all like, I think the earliest, the one that is the most recent is Dark Knight from 2008.
Yeah.
And then the rest at 94.
Yeah, Dark Knight was so loved when that film came out. Oh my god.
It's not even my favorite Batman film.
What's your favorite Batman film?
I mean, you're wrong.
It has to be Lord of the Rings.
Wait,
what's your favorite Batman film?
You're gonna be so mad. Well, no, the Dark Knight Rises was my favorite one, but I liked out of the 3, I liked the Dark Knight the least.
Okay, that's fair.
The Dark Knight Rises is the last one.
When you said you're gonna be
I
mad,
think the last Batman is personally. Thank you. I think the last Batman is the best Batman, but only when taken into account that the other Batmans exist. But like on its own, I don't think it would have been as good a film, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like, as a continuation of the last 2 films.
Yeah,
because the whole stuff of Alfred wouldn't have felt as emotional if it was just.
Oh my god, that bit at the end where Alfred.
I failed you. No.
I cried. That was like, oh my god, Alfred.
I failed you, Master Bruce. No.
I'm tearing up now thinking about it.
But when you said, "Oh, you're going to be so mad," I swear to God, I thought you were going to say Batman Forever, and I'm going to leave the room.
Wait, which one's Batman Forever's the one with
Bat nips.
That's the George Clooney one, right?
Bat nipples.
Is that the one with George Clooney? No, that's Batman and Robin.
I swear they both have bat nipples, right?
I think.
I thought it was Batman and Robin was the one with
we try to keep the podcasts about an hour and a half long. Sometimes we go over. We try to limit them at 2 hours. So
Yes.
So we've got basically another 45 minutes tops, probably another 20 minutes ish.
Yes.
Well, Batman and Robin was also equally bad.
Batman and Robin was out of the 4 earlier Batman. I kind of like Batman Forever because it was so cheesy and dumb, but only because I knew it was so dumb.
To see you.
No, that's Batman and Robin, not Batman Forever. Batman and
blend. They're all in one big awful mess in my head.
No, Jim Carrey as the Riddler was amazing.
As a kid, they're the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, as like a stupid dumb film.
I loved them as a kid.
I didn't even enjoy them as a kid, and that was before I came one of those comics. The comics are bad.
No, I could sit and enjoy the Batman Forever because it's just so stupid. But the Christopher Nolan ones are definitely better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I would agree with Cam saying it has to be Lord of the Rings for like movies to watch.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's the only example I can think of a film that is that long that I'm okay with.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. I'm looking at my film shelf to see like if there are any other ones that long that are really good. So
and I think half of that comes from like half of the reason I sat through Lord of the Rings was honestly I watched Lord of the Rings when like a lot later than everyone else, and it was when everyone was telling me Lord of the Rings is worth it. Because it's so
totally worth it.
It's so hard for me to think like that I'm gonna sit down for like that long to watch a film, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Like
what about
put my hands up.
Inception for length?
How long was Inception?
I'm not sure.
I thought Inception was like 2.5. Like I don't think it's much.
Yeah, Inception.
I'll check.
Yeah, it is 2.5.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it felt longer.
Because I've watched Inception recently.
Because it stretches out time, Jeff.
Haha, we're in your dreams.
That's what I did.
You did it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think most of the time the films are really long. It's just kind of drag. So it's got to be like a really special movie to do that.
What is? I swear
Yeah.
to God, Daniel's like crazy.
I just know the feeling I was hacked too.
Before he was commenting on music, like I swear to God, he's insane.
You crazy. Oh, no, you crazy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He's up for asking. Sorry, go.
We shall move on to tech news, I guess.
Sure. Why
I mean,
not?
that's the next thing, so yes.
Just looking at the tech stuff, and I'm like, I have nothing.
Okay. I mean, maybe you should put stuff in there then, Luke.
Not that. I mean, as in, I don't understand any of these words.
No. Wrong. Lies.
But the Tesla Model X, I mean, it's an electric car.
Okay.
Yeah. But did you not look at the link?
Try.
So.
What do you mean tried?
It's a video.
It comes up with a car. What do you think?
It's a video. It's a video, Luke. Like, there's no trying was a video. You click play. You accept that you're playing a video, and you
this
move
is the
on.
new Tesla Model X. I'm reviewing it. He's pointing at a car.
It's just a car.
It's not. Well, I mean, he's gonna be mad.
It's
at you.
the future.
It's a future car.
Just a car, my
So
friend.
basically,
Just a car.
I really need to pee. I'll be back.
okay. So
Oh, wings.
the Tesla's the one that's like all hydrogen fuel cells, right? And electricity.
Tesla's a 100% electric car.
Okay.
That's a very white car.
And they released the Model S a while back, and people loved it, and it made that company. And they announced the Model X, which is a family seater, basically. The last one was a saloon, and this one's a 4x4. And they announced it a long time ago, but it's been in development for ages, and it's
Oh my god.
out now.
God.
It's out now. It's got doors that open up real fancy like. It's got yeah. It's cool. It's pretty. It's an electric car, so you know there's downsides to that. Like in England, for example, I think in America it's less an issue, but in England you've got the issue of obviously like where am I gonna where am I gonna charge in a long journey? But in America that's not a thing. But anyway, it's on sale. That's the news. It's on sale and it's being delivered, and I think
Can it
that's
fly?
Can it fly? Not yet.
I mean, it's not much of a future car.
I'm just looking at those doors and like, what if I drove really fast?
Yeah, it's got suicide doors, yo.
Yeah. My village even has like electric power points now for charging cars. So
Oh,
I
it
guess
does? Cool.
Yeah, I live in a pretty small. My village has
The
like
door stops before it hits another door.
Yeah.
my village has like got like maybe I don't know 10,000 people in it.
Wow.
And
I guess it's becoming a thing in England too. Then
Yeah, we've got a bunch of them electric. I think we've got like 5 or 6 in the village now.
I want a Tesla. That's super expensive.
My next door neighbour has an electric car.
I want a Tesla though.
Feels so white.
You feel like you feel so white, or the car feels so white?
Car feels so white. It's
I
too
mean,
white.
it's because it's
No,
white and
the
it's
car
got
doesn't
white
feel so
leather.
white, It just is white.
Why is it so white? It's blinding.
It's just white, Luke.
Yeah.
Is it because it's pure?
I don't freaking.
I mean, they probably would try and make that argument. Yes.
Like cocaine.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's pure like cocaine. I'm pretty sure that's not the message they're trying to hit.
Right.
Electric cars are cool.
Electric
If
cars
the-
are cool.
If they manage to fix like the logical issues with some of them got, that should be pretty awesome.
Is that a
Yes.
boot in the front? That's awesome.
That's because there's no engine because it's a
Yeah. There are. I think with most electric cars, there are batteries that sit on.
yeah. It's essentially like lots of laptop batteries.
Yeah.
In the simplest way of putting it.
Yeah. Probably slightly more efficient, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
You put your luggage in. You put your
So
luggage in your hood.
it's all like underneath like the floor of the car, so it's like at the bottom or in the back normally.
I always have luggage in my hood.
Yeah.
Rip Josh. Right. Okay. I added some tech news this week that I thought was really cool because I've been waiting. And basically Apple announced its quarterly sales for Q1. What's up?
Uh-huh. You highlighted the stuff for us.
Right. It's Q1 sales, and so basically it's made more money than last quarter. Freaking Apple, they print money, guys. Like, if there was ever a company that printed money, Apple is that company.
Yes, because they charge tons of money for their fucking
Hey.
stuff. Hey.
But yeah, they basically but the big announcement wasn't that they made more money this quarter. Everyone expected that. The surprise was that it was the first quarter that iPhones sold less than the last quarter.
The sheep are finally catching on.
Since the iPhone released. And that means, and this happened was the iPad, and lots of people were like, oh, it might be a hiccup. But what it is usually it peaking. Like, the iPad peaked almost a year after release. It's been going down ever since, and basically the iPhone has peaked, is what's happening. And it's gonna be Golda? Sorry, I was reading the chat. And it's going to be going down, right? So this is, I think you need to like look at this outside of the context of Apple, though. Apple is a representation of kind of the smartphone market in general, and I think people are not done with smartphones, but done with this culture of I need to buy a new smartphone all the time. I think it's more a case of I have a smartphone, it works, good, you know.
It's not, the new thing was like as soon as the new one comes out, everyone has to like charge through and buy.
Yeah. Because there was like
giant period of time. Yeah, now it's gonna be like I'm gonna get a phone for like whatever my contract is, and then just renew when that runs out.
Yeah, instead of being kind of a fad, which is what it was for so long. Like
that's what Apple countered on though.
Yeah,
so.
I have the newest shiniest thing. So this is a particularly big deal for Apple because 60% of all of the money Apple makes comes from the iPhone.
Yeah.
So that means that Apple is gonna like there's this potential for them to lose a lot of money, a lot of market. They're gonna have to rework. They're gonna have to rework their company.
Yeah, because if it keeps on like that, if it keeps dropping, that's bad news for Apple.
Yeah.
That they won't be making the billions anymore.
Yeah.
No matter how many times Google pays them to make like Google the homepage on the Macs.
Oh yeah.
You can only do that once.
That was fun times last week. And
throwback to last week's news.
So yeah, that was one of the and the other like the kind of the final piece of tech news is something Josh added that I actually did you add this, Josh? I think you added this.
I did not.
Yes, I did.
I think that looks really cool.
I actually missed this, and when I saw this in the news in the link dump, I was like genuinely gobsmacked because it was just last year around this time that I was taking my AI module in uni, my first AI module, and we were learning kind of about like where it's gone, where it's come from, like how it works and all of that jazz. And one of the big things was Go. Like that's how I found out about Go. I've never heard of Go before. I've heard of
Go, but I don't know how to play it.
Yeah, it's
insane.
I know it's super confusing.
It's really complex. But Go was such a hard problem to like. It's easy to make. It's air quotes. It's easy to make a computer that'll beat you at Connect 4, right?
Yeah, and there's only so many.
There's only so many variables, and then it's hard. It's very hard to make a computer that'll beat you at chess. But IBM did it, and they needed a supercomputer. But even that computer, the way it plays is it just has to outplay the human. It doesn't actually know. Most people think what a computer does is it just goes, oh, I know every option, I'll pick the best option. That's actually currently impossible. No computer is fast enough to do that with chess.
The whole point would be it would have to.
There are too many options. Yeah.
Stuff, right?
Yeah. So it's just a lot of smart AI that just basically goes, I think I know what you're gonna do, and I think this is the best option to counteract what you're gonna do. And Go's been a big issue.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. There are a lot of variables
so many options,
because
so much for it to think about
yeah.
and consider. Yeah.
Like with chess, each piece has a limited.
I mean, you could just like look without knowing the game. You could just look at the size of that board and be like, that's so much bigger than a chessboard.
Yeah, it looks very confusing.
And the roles are way more complicated. So computer scientists have been working on beating the pros at this game for a long time and getting nowhere. And Go professionals have been waiting for computers to get there because they knew they were coming. It was kind of like, this is our sport and we know computers are going to come ruin it. But yeah, and it happened, and it's kind of crazy.
It's still fairly early though, because the person that tested it was they were professional, but they want to get someone.
They have a match in March. There's going to be a match against considered the world's strongest player from South Korea. And basically, when it beats that, that's what we consider like a Deep Blue moment, which is equal to like the IBM moment, where IBM's Deep Blue beat the world chess champion, and he proceeded to say everyone's a cheater and I hate everything and rage quit out of there.
He got super salty.
He got super butthurt.
Sportsman-like man.
There was a link on this article that's pretty cool though. They got like the European Go champion who has played against the computer and he beat it. And he talks about it a bit, and it's pretty neat. His like opinion of it. He was like, in China, Go is not just a game; it's a mirror of life. We say if you have a problem with your game, then you also have a problem in life, right? And then he was talking about
okay, Jesus.
Yeah, it's like big deal.
It's just savage here.
But yeah, he was talking about his experience playing against Google's AI, and he says that it felt strange, like because he said it felt kind of cold and calculated, like he felt like he was playing against a brick wall, not a person. But had he not been told it was a computer, he probably would have just thought it was the best player he's ever played against, like, and still assumed it was a
so
person.
Like his thing is that he was trying to assume like people channel their emotions into Go, and the fact that that wasn't playing against, like, he was playing against like a really guy would, like, shut down his emotions.
He's like,
really
the problem is humans sometimes make very big mistakes because we are humans. Sometimes
make rash decisions and stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes we are tired. Sometimes we want to win the game really badly. We have pressure. The program is not like that. It's very strong and stable. It seems like a wall. For me, this is a big difference. And it was an interesting read. It was nice seeing like this guy's side of it, you know.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
So,
why you can compare it to like a person. So I feel like that was like what their main goal was.
yeah.
So it doesn't have to be like the best player. It just has to play like a person would play, and I would consider that a victory for them.
Yeah, for sure. So that is that is the tech news for the week.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of science news, and there's a piece. There's a lot of general news, but there's one piece I put in there that I really want to talk about.
No, let's do that one.
Did you want to go for that first?
I
feel like I might wrap it on.
You think so? Okay. I'll do my piece of general. We'll go to science, and then when we feel like Josh has talked for too long, we'll shut him down.
Sure. Okay. So what's your general news you want to talk about?
Shut me down as hard as possible.
Okay, one sec.
We'll kick you off in the call. Done. You shut down.
Oh no, the content is unavailable. The content is unavailable, guys. This is what I get for linking a video, and then it becomes unavailable.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm disappointed now.
Go to previous page. It was a video. Oh frickin'! I bet this better. No, I can't. Okay, I'll go to the other page. I put 2 links. Look at me being prepped.
So smart. I know exactly what you're like, because I watched them. It's super fucking amazing.
I found out about this thing, guys, and I don't know how I didn't know it was a thing.
I mean, it's amazing. I want to do this now.
It's called the Wind Games, right? And it's kind of like a sport. Like think.
Yeah, Kamal, think.
Kamal,
think. He's your words.
Figure skating. Think like figure skating in the Olympics, but instead of on ice, in a wind tunnel.
That's. I'm already hooked immediately.
I'm gonna. Whoa, that's. I wanna find. There was this one video I saw from. I'm gonna try and find it, but basically the point is to do like a routine in a wind tunnel that's kind of just like it's blowing you up, it's making you like fly. Have you seen those things before?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I know what this is. Yes.
Yeah. They don't have videos because they're the butts. I'm gonna Google it.
It's like synchronized swimming, but in the air.
I want to show the video because it's. I just.
You know, search on YouTube for it.
I'm doing it now.
Okay. Well, some people have like delayed Twitch streams, so so they don't.
Vamp, guys, vamp.
Okay, well.
It's like synchronized swimming, but in the air, and that's like.
I couldn't find the video I watched, but I found an ad. So anyway, I'll just show this while we talk about it. I saw it. I saw the video of this Polish girl who was like Poland's representative for it.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool. I gotta admit. And I was really into it. And I was like, if this was in the Olympics, I would watch this. let me watch this, please. So it's just kind of cool that something like this can come out of like what seems to be nowhere to me, but like has been existing. And there's always like with the internet, you feel like you're so connected that you're missing.
Yeah, but then you just get blindsided by thinking that wow, this is a thing. Okay.
Yeah, like this thing happened and I didn't know it was a thing, and it's totally a thing, and I love it.
That's so creepy how he stays upside down at the guy, just like hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
So next time we're gonna do the wind games, right?
It's I found a little bit of a video for a guy showing it, but yeah, that's all I had to say about it. It's awesome. I want more.
It looks so cool. I want that. I want to be a professional wind tunnel dancer.
Right? This is so. It's like I don't care for dancing very much, but I love this.
There should be like a GIF mashup of that, just with some music that fits.
There's this moment where that guy just like flies up into the tunnel.
Yeah, he's just
Whoa!
Yeah.
We just saw.
It's terrifying. Damn.
No, that's amazing. I wouldn't be scared. That would be exhilarating as hell.
Anyway.
I feel like there's gonna be at least one person who's done that, and I was just about to say, and then he comes down, and he's got a boner.
I like that you noticed you were about to say that. You're like, what is happening in my head?
Look, he's got super excited, right?
Right. Okay. So that was my general news. We can go back to science now, and then we can start wrapping up.
Within the last 10 years, at least, there's been the massive thing about antibiotic resistance and superbugs, and there are numerous articles of how we're all doomed, and then there are all these articles
which is a tad over exaggeration, but
we're not all
and
doomed.
then
no, we're not. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Really? Humans are stupidly lucky.
I'm doomed anyway.
Honestly, like we should be doomed. Screw us. But okay, moving on.
how we've lived so long is astounding.
If you don't believe in a god, there you go. How does a race as dumb as this live for this long? Okay, carry on. Sidetracking Josh's.
Josh, tell us about the clay. I mean, what?
Well, yeah. So I found an article that there's this mineral clay that they've found, which was it's about 400,000 tons of it, and it was deposited about 10,000 years ago, and apparently it's been used by locals in the area, for God knows how long, and they use it for like arthritis and skin irritation. And
so it's like a natural antibiotic sort of thing.
Yeah.
Miracle drug.
And
A
they
miracle
ran tests on it, and it killed 16 strains of this. It's an acronym, but it's called ESCAPE, and it's basically a faction of all the antibiotic-resistant bacteria.
Yeah. I mean, that's like kind of like how people used to find out antibiotics in the first place. It's like people used to they found penicillin because people used like moldy bread as bandages. So I feel like we're going back to our roots of finding medicine now because we've run out of making it.
Yeah.
I was listening to a Radiolab podcast this week.
Radiolab. Radiolab is thebomb.com. Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
Radiolab is pretty cool.
Kamal has listened to the same episode as well that I'm talking about. But yeah, essentially penicillin was a mistake.
Yeah.
So in 1928, a guy called Alexander Fleming was growing Staphylococcus or staph, however you know it by, which is one of the biggest issues.
Staph infections.
Yes.
Yeah, it's common in hospitals and jails and even in gyms and stuff. Like anywhere where there's a close environment.
It's a fungal infection sort of thing, right?
Yeah. No, not so much fungal. See, the thing with staph is that it lives on the skin. Everybody has Staphylococcus. Yeah. It lives in
has skin. I was like, I hope so.
It lives in warm skin, yes. It lives in warm, damp areas like your underarms, your nostrils,
your genitals.
Yeah. And it's harmless, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as it gets into a cut or a wound, because it's resistant to our strongest antibiotics, there's a high fatality rate for it.
Yeah. Staph is a good example of a disease that's been around for a long time, and we have a million different ways to kill, but because of the way that humans currently use antibiotics, 80% of all the antibiotics we produce are just fed to farm animals because lol. Literally, you want to know the actual reason we feed them to farm animals is because we want to keep farm animals in terrible conditions that no animal should be allowed to live in.
Yeah, so
but
do battery farming sort of thing.
But if you feed them tons of antibiotics, they don't get sick. So GG. Then all the bacteria keeps dying until one strain of the bacteria doesn't die.
And then evolution happens, and they all
then
become
evolution
resistant.
happens, and they become resistant, and we waste antibiotics because
It's
freaking humans.
It's funny you mentioned that. I'll come back to that, but like, so he essentially he was growing these staph in petri dishes, and he went away for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And he came back. It was left near an open window, and he came back, and there were halos of inhibited bacterial growth around all this mold.
Right.
And that mold would be the makings of penicillin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is 1928. Fast forward like about 10, 20 years. He's on like it's this big thing, and
Miracle
there was a
drug,
quote,
like you said.
Yeah.
Basically, that was basically
was
the
this
response
thing-
to penicillin's creation.
I think in the article it was something like this drug will save more lives than war could take.
Yeah.
It was like the best thing.
Yeah. And that's basically the opinion the people had of it.
2 months after this article, this is like
it was on
it's still
Time.
not-
I think this article was on Time magazine, like front
Yes,
page
it was
article.
Time magazine.
Yeah.
Not even 2 months, around the same time this happened. The penicillin hasn't even really made the market yet.
Yeah.
They found 5 strains of staph that were resistant to penicillin.
Gone.
It barely lasted at all.
Yep.
So then you have this arms race of companies making these antibiotics, and then you'd have all these bacteria that would become resistant to it.
Yep.
And then they'd make another one, and they'd be resistant, and there'd always be a short window where it actually worked.
Mm-hmm.
Until it just got to a point where
Well,
antibiotics take.
And you have
It
to.
takes about 10 years
Yeah,
to make, and
10,
about $1 billion.
10 years and billions of dollars. Yeah. It costs a lot of money to make an antibiotic.
So
And by the time it comes
they
out,
just-
It'll only get more
Exactly,
expensive
and
as they
there's a
continue to
resistance
get more
to it.
resistance.
yeah, and then like 10 years is already a long time. By the time it comes out, it's got
Yeah.
about a year on the market, and then it's resistant. It's like, what's
And
the
then
point?
that's like 2 more years.
So
12 years to make another more resistant one sort of
Yeah,
thing.
So there's this sheer drop.
yeah,
Now, like, it's easy to sit there and point the finger at consumers for overuse and misuse, which obviously people are to blame, but
I mean, it does
they
contribute.
they pretty much just gave up. They were just like, well, this isn't beneficial to me
Yeah, but,
financially.
I
I
mean,
don't care.
yeah, but you can't blame a business for not doing something that doesn't make it money. The only people you can blame are the government, because that's their job. If it doesn't make money, it's the government's job to take care of the people. Businesses are only going to make profitable things, and antibacterials aren't profitable.
No,
So
exactly.
like, it doesn't make sense anymore.
Mm.
And that's the reason we've run into this wall right now, where all like the news people are going, we are out of antibacterials. There are strands of viruses out there called like super bacteria that are literally resistant to every drug we have, every single one.
I think it's called MRSA or something.
MRSA, yeah.
So if you get that,
MRSA virus.
yeah, MRSA. If you get that, you're dead. It's
You
like
die.
fun times.
So, that thing we said, just don't catch it. Easy.
You die from things that you would think are like medieval as well, like coughs and colds and crap like that. And it's like, oh, of course I could just go to a doctor and have this sorted. Because of that attitude, now we die from them. But Josh is going to tell us about some hope.
So
We have hope now.
there have been it's the same with this mineral clay. Like it's kind of a solution you never expected to find.
Yes.
And I've seen a couple of articles that are similar in like kind of bizarreness. But there were these 2 ladies. One's Christina Lee, who is a historian and loves microbiology, and another lady called Freya Harrison, who's a microbiologist who
Loves history.
who loves history.
She legitimately does. It's
Yeah.
this weird like yin yang thing going on between these two.
And they met up because they were both interested in reenactments and stuff, and they met up during an Old English reading group, and they wanted to recreate.
Nerd says the history major.
They wanted to recreate ailments during like the Viking period because that was kind of like they were really interested in that kind of era of Anglo-Saxon. And during their research, they found a 1,000-year-old remedy book called Bald's Leech Book.
I love it.
BALD. And
I want to take a moment to tell everybody that leech means doctor.
yes.
Okay, moving on.
So the reason why this
Old doctor book. Sorry.
Yeah, no, leeches were named after doctors. Doctors weren't named after leeches.
because leeches were
instead of doctor, you were called leechmans.
It's crazy. That's so cool. Okay, moving on.
because leeches were medicinal.
Yeah, you just put them on there, suck the bad out.
Yeah.
That was literally what they assumed.
So this book has like a lot of different things, like devil possession. So they'd be
Some of it maybe not so helpful.
They'd be given this brew to like vomit out the devil if they were possessed, or they had like a recipe where that consisted of hound's urine and mouse blood.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the last recipe in this book was a recipe called the best medicine.
Yeah.
And it was believed to be used because this is all in Old English, so there's a lot of translating that they have to do.
Yeah, there's not. It's not
Old English is hard to translate.
It's not perfect.
From experience, it is really hard.
So they believe it was for a lump in the eye or a sty, which is caused by staphylococcus, which they assume was a common thing back then because, once again, close quarters, a bunch of people living together, there's a lot of smoke and stuff going on like that.
Yeah.
And the recipe, basically, you need an onion or a leek, garlic, equal portions of those would need to be pounded together. They needed ox gall or bile, wine.
Yeah.
It needed to be mixed in a brass or bronze pot, which is the equivalent to plumbing fittings nowadays. Then after all that, you needed to store it for 9 days and nights, strain it through a cloth, and then the liquid that you have afterward would be applied to the affected area with a feather.
So these two ladies, who are, by the way, in a role-playing group, of course, decide to themselves...
They're really hardcore D&D players.
Decide to themselves, why not, like, live-action roleplay? So they decide... Yeah, they'll love it. So they decide to themselves, why not make this if we're going to use these fake remedies, like, in the thing, so we can be really realistic about it, right? So they go about making this remedy that they translated out of this old book that kind of makes no sense. And then they decide maybe we should try it out on some stuff.
So,
I mean, look, we made it. We might as well use it, right?
Right?
It's easy to like kind of dismiss the book as crazy and like misinformed because 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get some misinformed
they were
stuff,
burning witches and stuff.
Yeah. It's like 1,000-year-old humans. They're idiots, right? That's the image we're given. But maybe not so much.
Obligatory need to point out that 1,000 years ago humans were sometimes quite progressive.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm just saying like this is the general opinion,
Yeah. That is the base opinion. Yeah.
So, but the thing with translating old scripts is that they'll have terms like the devil, elves, or dragons.
Possession or like stuff like that.
Yeah. But because we weren't living back then, we can't know exactly what they mean.
Right.
So if a recipe asks a person to say, as a requirement of the remedy, they need to say 3 or 4 Ave Marias. This was at a time where like they didn't have watches; they had no sense of time to keep track of, and the common person would know how long an Ave Maria was. So then they'd say the Ave Maria, and that was how they would time how long they would have to do something.
Yep.
Which I thought was really interesting. It's not something I ever considered before.
Hello, Skater Girl. This is history story time with Josh.
Yeah. History/science.
You should pop up in the game in a while, and I'll kill you.
Science medicine.
Because I love you, I'll kill you.
So if you go back to like devil possession, like maybe they had ingested something foul and they considered that the devil, not an actual like demonic being.
Right.
But they took this remedy that they created. Just they thought, oh, we'll give it a shot. We'll see how we go. It's not
So-
going to come of anything.
So they get Old English book.
Scarecrow.
ju-
We're talking about LARPers recreating
A remedy
40-year-old,
from-
medicine remedies from an old book they found.
for a bacterial infection called staph.
Paying
Yeah.
attention so hard not to lose anything.
So
This-
they make
okay,
this
so-
thing and they try it out, right? Because one of them's a microbiologist. She has access to multiple strains of staph and other bacterial infections. She goes off. She puts it on these strains. They come back the next day. They check the content of like each.
It's killed
Yeah.
99.999% of the bacteria.
of all of the different bacterial infections. They test it, right? So
Yes.
I killed
So-
Scaregirl.
Then I think at this point, because this is the Nottingham.
Thank you for following Scaregirl.
Yeah.
The glasses.
Yeah.
So then the thing is they tried this and they were like, that's just gotta be a coincidence. That's gotta be
Yeah.
wrong. They
Yeah, like, you can't
science
just put garlic and stuff on a staff and make it go away. That's not how that works.
so they tried again and again
Just-
and again and again. And it keeps
Girl,
working.
just so you have an idea of this recipe, the recipe was onion or leek, garlic of equal portions of both, pounded together,
Right.
ox gall or bile wine, which needed to be mixed in a brass or bronze pot, which is the equivalent of plumbing fittings nowadays. Needs to be stored for 9 days and nights, strained through a cloth, and then the liquid that you get from that you would apply to the affected area with a feather. So this is the remedy that has killed 99.999% of the bacteria. And it got to a point where they trialed it over and over again, and they got the same result. And a Texas university got involved. Thank you.
TV.
Okay, but the point of this is, like just to get there, is like basically lots of these old remedies that we thought were kind of a joke are turning out to be really. This isn't the only example. They're turning out to be like real and useful and kind of great.
And they think because
Oh.
at some point
That makes more sense, yeah.
You want? Thank you. I made the layout. I hope you enjoy.
yes, it was Kamal.
That's
all
why you
Kamal.
can see all our wonderful faces. And again. And the chat.
And a game that involves viewers, because why stream if you're not going to involve viewers, right? What's the point?
Exactly.
Anyway.
Our mentor.
Ooh.
So the theory is basically that because it would have dropped out of use at some point, whatever that remedy created, the resistance that it probably eventually built up, it's eventually lost over time because it's been 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's not a miracle drug or anything as of yet, just because it hasn't really been thoroughly tested.
It might have a side
we are.
effect on
We are
humans.
attaching through Skype Scaregirl.
Yes.
Yes.
No, the side effects would make your breath smell because it's garlic.
Oh no! But you just put it on your skin, man.
No, garlic always makes you smell. That's how.
But yeah, so you know, it's kind of like reuse has become an option. Like looking back at what people used to do 1,000 years ago, longer than that, and trying
Get
to
some of my old
decipher it.
textbooks. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, and reusing those. But yeah, it's past my bedtime. Jokes. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, if you come back next week, we start off with a bit more.
Yeah, we start off the way it
We
usually
start off with
goes
games.
is we do games, then we do some TV news, then we do some movie stuff, then we do tech, then we do science, which is what we're doing right now, and then we do general, and then we wrap up.
I shout things from the corner.
And Luke shouts things from the corner because that's why wouldn't you have a Luke if you
I'm
weren't
trying to pay attention, but the Lost Will Jurassic Park is playing in the corner of my eye.
I think
And that's it.
Is there any other things you wanted to say, Josh?
No,
Well,
it's
like
just
some time.
it's just crazy that like it's something that you would just dismiss instantly.
Yeah, it is ridiculous like how you can get like centuries-old remedies that still actually work.
Yeah.
But I guess there's
So
reasons why
you gotta
it
wonder
goes
what
down.
else there is out there that
But you
could
know,
potentially be.
we wouldn't need. Ouch. We wouldn't need to.
We wouldn't need
Look,
that.
she headbutted me. Okay, look. We wouldn't need to do this if people would stop abusing antibiotics, please.
Next time you get a headache, just go to a willow tree and chew the bark. That'll cure your headache. Done. Done. Sorted.
Take a sledgehammer and knock it against
Actually,
your
I
head.
think there was a remedy in that book where there was like a branch or something that you were tied to the head, and that was supposed to alleviate a headache.
No, willow is
Something.
natural aspirin, so it's probably willow.
Yeah. So something like that. I can't remember exactly.
That is
There's
the
a bunch of
that
people
is
through
one of
town
the things I
walking with branches on their heads.
Hey, but it works.
That is one of the things
Yeah.
I know about olden remedies.
You laugh, but it works.
Yeah,
I
it does
know,
work.
Just imagine how funny it would look.
Okay, can we move on to another topic now? Just
Yes, we may.
Okay, I thought we were gonna wrap up, but sure.
can we one more?
One more topic.
Because I liked the video. It was the grandfather paradox video.
Oh.
Oh
We're
yeah.
going hard on Science Day. Freaking
I
hell.
was. So,
I watched this,
Well,
and the guy's
well,
explanation is pretty good.
it was a really good explanation. I really liked it.
The problem I had with his video was that he got halfway through his explanation and then diverted. So the rest of the video,
He's a philosophy professor. What do you expect him to do?
Yeah, but like the whole video until the very end where he completely explains it.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I was trying to comprehend the concept, like what he was trying to get at, and I couldn't at all because he hadn't fully explained what he was trying to immediately.
Okay, sorry, I'm reading this. I'm reading this
Wow,
message.
that was pretty spot on, to be fair.
So, okay, shouldn't you read this out?
I can tell of you guys, Kamal will talk to the nation, probably offer the Queen a rap battle. Has that personality then, and do with the narrator going pew pew pew, shots fired after opponent rap battle. Josh will be there in the crowd, like, oh baby a triple, and Luke will be there with his shades on, like, sanitize his hands with 99.9% bacteria killer, thinking he'll pull the Queen when shaking her hand after the rap battle.
I love this. I love this.
Wow,
No,
that was amazing.
don't ever apologize for your beautiful
Never
mind.
apologize, that was spectacular.
To be fair, I could use more corgis. I would own half of those corgis, and I would be
Luke,
I would be forgiven for
you're
the time
not
I killed
English,
that swan.
Luke.
Yeah, you're not English, you can't.
Yeah.
I will bridge the nations together and call England
Go
New
back to
Wales.
this time?
Go call England New Wales, you wish.
Wow.
Okay.
I want to see you have a rap battle with the Queen now, come on. You gotta do it.
Sorry
I feel
for
like
derailing.
Just have a heart attack halfway through.
yeah, we've completely derailed. Like I'm just imagining rapping against the Queen. It's kind of the greatest thing ever.
We can just link the video in the description. It explains the whole what happens if you kill your grandfather paradox thing.
It's
case,
long. You should probably watch it
Yeah.
at your own time.
Yeah, it's
too.
it's really interesting. I like it.
But I think
In
it's
case you
time to
don't
wrap.
like understand, basically, so if you're in point A and you go back in time to kill your grandfather, which is the analogy the guy uses, obviously you can't. You obviously don't kill your grandfather because you still exist.
Yeah, so it's. I think, long story short, he says that rather than going back in time, you go back in time and then you create an alternate universe sort of thing, and that's in that universe.
That would be a way of like
You changed the personality of the person rather than. Do I get to add you guys on Skype? Horizontal 1, Kim was nothing, and 2, grill. I mean, grill benefits is pretty solid reasoning.
Can somebody explain to me what grill benefits?
She's a grill, so she gets benefits.
Well tired.
If you want to post your Skype in the chat, you go ahead. We will. Some of us will add you probably.
Probably.
Go ahead.
Someone.
What? Someone talking about killing their grandmother. Yeah, sick bastard, right?
Okay, guys. I think that's it. I think we gotta wrap up. If you do want to post your Skype in the chat,
If you want to post your Skype in the chat, just go ahead.
go for it.
Yeah.
You do you.
If you missed the stream, you can catch any of our podcasts on YouTube, on our YouTube archive, which is in the link. You can keep track of when we're going live or any important information on our Twitter, which is also on this page.
And you can tweet us on your news as well.
Yeah, if there's anything you want us to cover, you can tweet at us.
Thanks for watching.
Woo!
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to exit, so I'm just gonna keep talking for a little while I mute this and switch to the. Oh God, Spotify is closed. Switch to the outro music. Come on, Spotify. Come on. Switching, and you guys are muted, so. Okay. Goodbye.